So as a cyclist, and I'm also a driver, so don't get me wrong, but Charlotte Street is the route that people take to get to the downtown. It's where the destinations are. King Street, some people use if they're going to Millennium Park maybe, but King Street is also, and the official, like the original cycling master plan has bike lanes on both King Street and Charlotte Street. So it doesn't need to be an either or, but I also recognize that we need to go in baby steps. But King Street presents, in my view, and in the view of the Peterborough Bicycling Advisory Committee and some other organizations, and I don't know how often you travel that, but the parking along King Street is already, like, you can't park along King Street.
Okay.
It's very narrow, and then you also have to cross Reed and Rue Bridge without any lights, and those are fast moving. So it's not, in my view, it's not safe for. I mean, I'm a confident cyclist, but I know people who don't feel safe on there, and if you have kids or anything like that, it's not the best route, and it's not the most direct route. So Charlotte Street it's got all the businesses, it's got the Publican House, and then it goes down into the downtown with the new urban park and all of that. And so all the studies show that when you put in bike lanes, because I know there is concern about loss of parking and impact on business. Now, I'm of the view that if we do urban development and redevelopment in a smart way, we should be able to keep some parking. We're not going to be able to keep it all, but I'm going to have conversations with those businesses, particularly those ones that need to have direct access to the door.
Okay.
But there's also those municipal parking lots to the north of Charlotte Street, behind, like where the main ingredient is across from the funeral home, and also behind where the Charlotte Pantry is. And they have access from their back into their businesses. So we're definitely going to work with those businesses to mitigate those impacts. But all the studies show that the economic impact of having bike lanes is a positive. It's a huge positive for businesses, because as a cyclist, you're more likely to just, if you see something you like, and you can just stop and pull over.
Yeah,
where if you're driving, you see it, but if there's not, like you might, you already drove by it. Cyclists tend to spend less money per trip, but make more frequent trips. So it is shown that they do spend more money overall supporting local businesses. And any city that has done it has seen huge benefits economically and environmentally.
Do you see, Diane, increasing these cycle lanes throughout, making them even more? How many? There's 70 kilometers at the minute?
Something about that,
Something like that. What would you see them going to?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, ideally, you would have a really complete network of cycling lanes to get from one end of the city to the other. And right now, and we're not doing terribly, but there is still a ways to go. And then compounded by, you have a lot of instances where people just park in bike lanes and there's no enforcement around that kind of thing. And so we're not talking necessarily about the protected bike lanes that you see in some of the bigger municipalities. We're more talking about just the painted line that you see on McDonnell or on Monaghan Road, where at least there is a visual delineation between the cycling lane and the vehicle lane.